Oh, he laid it down. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Redneck Bros. And you see how the camera is so far away from me? Oh, hold on, it can go a little farther. My amazing girlfriend got me some new camera equipment, and I really do like it. And this is my first time using it. And this is one of the whatever it's called, selfie sticks, whatever these are called. And I really do like it. You get to see more of around me. Now, I haven't seen what this looks like yet on camera. Like I said, it's my first time using it. Anyways, so as you see, we got the monster cart here, and it's been a long time since you guys have seen the monster cart. Since I think the last video that I did on it was I don't remember. I remember you guys saw the video of me lowering the chassis, but I don't think you've seen anything else. So this is the body that I got for it. I think you guys have seen the body. I painted it a nice blue. I added some electronics. I'll show you that all in a second. We also got the mini bike over here, and me and one of my college buddies are going to go for a ride today. It is Monday, and I do not have classes because they call it a mental health Monday. So we don't have classes, so we're going to take the day to go for a little ride today. So I really hope you enjoy that. But first, I'm going to try out some new equipment, and we're going to go over everything that I've done with the monster cart while I wait for him to get here. And once he gets here, we're going to go for a ride. So see you then. Okay, so first off, I am at Tall Pines ATV Park in Andover, New York, and I love these trails here. They are just really muddy right now because we're in the middle of March. All the snow is melting, so the trails are really muddy and really wet, and I've gotten a lot of mud. I mean, you can see it right on my helmet, how much mud has gotten all over everything. I already washed these things off a couple times. So I'm going to try, there's a possibility that mud's going to end up on the lens. It's a very good possibility. I'm going to try my best to keep the lens clean so you guys can see. But if it does get muddy, I do apologize. The trails are really muddy. But okay, so here's what we got on the monster cart. We got beautiful blue body. I love the way it turned out. Nick already broke it back at home. He broke one of the mounts, so now the whole body contorts and does all that weird stuff. We have electric start kit. Brand new clutch with chains, a new exhaust which is not finished yet. So we got all the wiring. I try to make it as best I can, but it's when you start to get up here, it gets really messy. So we have a switch panel here. I don't know if you can see that, with 3 different switches on it. So what you would do if you don't know how these switch panels work, it's like a race car switch panel. You flip that up, flip the switch up, and push the button to start. And it starts turning over. And then to kill it, push that down. That pushes the, switch down, killing the engine. I got some gauges up here, which are junk and don't really work very well, but you flick that on, they come on. That, it's a voltmeter, but it's kind of blown. I don't know how it happened. And then this is a oil temperature gauge, which you can't see because how bright it is outside. So those are pretty well useless for the time being. Haven't really done much than that. I did have to put a new engine on it. The engine from last year was, I tore it apart and the cylinder was all scored and the piston was scored and everything was scored. So I'm gonna assume that water did get in that engine, along with a little bit of mud, and scraped everything up. Because I do remember I did post a couple videos of the engine that was smoking, that was riding with Nick, the monster cart fail, I believe it was. But it was, the reason it was monster cart fail was because the transmission had twisted around, and I didn't think it was going to be savable, but I did end up saving it. And I put in some reinforcement on it to kind of help it stay in place, and it's been doing good so far, especially with this brand new clutch that I put on it. It's been doing really good so far. So I think that's about it. I did put this different seat in there, which is not mounted. I did put a battery back here, which is very professionally held down with a bungee cord. You got the ground going to the body mount, and then the positive that runs up to, it goes to one side of the solenoid starter, and then from there it goes to all that stuff. So It's not the best, but the monster cart's been doing really well. I've only had a chain pop off a couple times, which does remind me I have to tighten up the rear axle. And I have tightened up a couple bolts that comes loose because I really need to rubber mount this engine because it vibrates so hard. So I think that's about it for everything I've done to it. I'm going to wait for my buddy to show up, and then we're gonna go for a ride. So I'll turn the camera back on when we go to leave. I never buckle mine. You make sure the rocker switch is off, pull the throttle. Oh, yank. Still cold. The start right here is all wet, so we're gonna go around it, all right? I would just like you guys to keep in mind that not only does this machine at the time of this video do not have any brakes, the suspension, especially the rear suspension, is very stiff. If you're riding on Tall Pines ATV park trails, or really any trails that are rough terrain and that are made for mainly side-by-sides and razors, I do recommend your machines have brakes, and I do recommend that your suspension fully works. This ride was extremely rough on the monster cart, and it is very sketchy, and I did almost roll it a few times on and off this video. Like I said before, the monster cart right now has absolutely no brakes on it. The only remote thing slowing this beast down is the clutch engagement with the engine RPM, which, being a brand new clutch, it had a higher stall and disengaged sooner. This part of the trail was very sketchy for me, being the really steep downhills and not being able to stop. The only thing really helping me out was the layer of peanut butter mud that was all over the trail. That way I could get into the mud and kind of slow the machine down before I got to the bottom. Do not do what I do. This is very dangerous. Please make sure your machine has brakes. I hear it. Oh no. Now let you start quit. Ground came off. This part of the trail is probably the dangerous part of the trail for me on the monster cart. Again, being no brakes, this is a really steep downhill portion, and I had no way of stopping. The only way I could even attempt to slow myself down is to get the monster cart rolling just as it gets to the edge of the hill, and then throw it in reverse with the transmission that I have, and that way when I step on the gas and the clutch engages, it tries to spin the tires backwards, slowing me down. This is very harmful to the drivetrain. This is why I don't do this anymore, but I had to get down this hill somehow, and if you guys know Tall Pines ATV Park at all, they're all one-way trails. You cannot turn around and go back. So this was the only way I could get down the hill. Again, do not do what I do. It is very dangerous and it is very stupid. Please have brakes on your machine. I cannot stress it enough. guys, I think that's just about gonna do it today. Wasn't the video I really wanted. I found out about halfway through that the camera was facing down, so I don't know what you guys saw until I start editing. Trevor and I got really beat up, especially Trevor on the mini bike. That mini bike is not designed for these kinds of trails, and I was having problems with the monster cart and all this other stuff. So hopefully I can get a better video into you guys. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. If you like the channel, give me a subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. And I think that's just gonna be about it. Next video will probably be another riding video, but hopefully I can get this stuff straightened up. Hopefully we can get a couple more of my buddies down here to ride, and hopefully we can get something together. So I will see you guys later.